I just watched Bo Burnham's Inside, and that is a lie, because I didn't just watch it. In fact, I watched it several days ago, and I just released my Megamind review, which I watched right now, and I watched that in between. So this entire format is broken. But there's a reason for this, and that is because after watching Bo Burnham's Inside, I felt like absolute garbage, and I was like, okay, I don't really want to think about this, or release, or talk about it right now. I even, like, just stayed up for an extra hour because I didn't feel like going to sleep, feeling so depressed. And that is because in Bo Burnham's Inside, okay, well, the synopsis of it is, Inside is the latest comedy special, and we'll get to that in a moment, by comedian and filmmaker and musical artist Bo Burnham. And in it, he basically does the usual format of his previous shows, which I've seen, What and Make Happy, which are the two. I know there's like words, but I don't think as many people care about that. And I've also seen Eighth Grade. This was all a while back. He does his normal shtick of his comedy specials where he does little vignettes in between a series of songs, and it slowly gets darker and more serious. But I don't think this is a comedy special because I did not laugh because it was funny once. In Inside, what Bo Burnham does is he really refines. He's continues to refine, which he does in everything he releases, his ability to completely emotionally manipulate the viewer. And he's mastered the art of showing you something and then using it against you. And in What and Make Happy, he kind of shows you all of these jokes throughout the entire show, and at the very end, in the classic finale pieces, which are amazing, he says, like, no, those weren't jokes. Those were serious. I am feeling kind of garbage, and even though I'm happy you came here, like, I'm kind of suffering because of this almost. And it's not in like a petty or stupid way. It's in a way that's interesting, even though it does kind of make you feel like, oh wow, like I should really take this guy more seriously. He's not just making jokes. And in Eighth Grade, I think he kind of flops between it, where he shows you these very uncomfortable moments that you're kind of taking as like an entertainment piece, and then he'll like hold the camera on something really uncomfortable that you can relate to and be like, oh wow, like, I know that the character of Elsie Fisher, I forget what her name is in the movie, like, thinks this is okay, but it's not, and like, wow. So, you know, his first two comedy specials, they show you nice things, and then they turn them against you. I think Eighth Grade, like, kind of flips back and forth. It'll show you things, turn against you, but, like, over and over again, it doesn't only do to the end. Whereas Inside, he's figured it out. He does it at the same time. So Inside is not a comedy special. I think it is a mix between, it is a one quarter comedy special, one quarter musical, one quarter vlog, and one quarter feature film. Because he's he's doing the special while at the same time, like, technically handling it, right? Like, there's all these parts where he's like holding the lights as he's singing, and that is the light show in really, really interesting and creative ways. But he's also like all of the vignettes in between the songs are like basically just showing you how hard making this special is, while it is also kind of written bits that are the special. It's very meta, and there's a lot of kind of different layers that are operating at the same time, and it's very powerful. And what he does throughout this whole piece is he will show you something, like, the songs in this piece you're supposed to laugh at, but they're also things that are very clear that he's making to distract himself from darker feelings. And then you're also supposed to realize that you shouldn't be laughing at, because these are just, like, you're just laughing at what's distracting him from his pain, and you should actually be worrying about it. And he plays with this very, very powerfully, and he's very good at it. I'm struggling a little bit with things to say because I actually had a very long, like, 45-minute discussion with this with my friend. So I'm a little disgusted out about it. This is like a weird disclaimer. So I'm trying to just like remember what I said. It's very powerful, and the he's able to really hypnotize you and really bring you in and slowly but very, very, in a very controlled and aware way, like break you down and as you're watching it. And I think that is my one criticism about this is it doesn't really say anything. It kind of just makes you feel like garbage in a way that's like exciting and surprising, but it doesn't really say anything. But what's just so masterful about this is how new it feels. Like it's such a new, never before seen way of blending genres and having multiple things going on at the same time that are serving multiple purposes but all affecting you at the same time to for one purpose. And it's such an interesting combination of like internet content but also like feature film, right? Like I think there was such a relief at the end when the credits rolled, not because it was finished, just because like, okay, right, this is not entirely real. A lot of it is written, a lot of it is an acted performance, and like here are the people that help make it. And that is what is obviously impressed, is that it's entirely written, directed, and edited by him in like one room in his house, which is insane. Even though I'm sure it does seem like it had like a pretty healthy Netflix budget just for gear, which he just prominently showcased in the feature. But yeah, it's I feel like I haven't been able to articulate like a single point clearly. But it is very powerful. In the times when I was in a very dark place in my life, Bo Burnham stuff really was the one thing that I felt that I could truly like fully interact with. It was one of like the clearest things. And it hits me really hard. And I think there's a almost problem where people are like, make light of how much they connect with his work, because it is like really smart and self-aware but also really like full of despair, but it's powerful, it's great, and just technically it's great. It looks so good. This guy, like his cinematography, considering he's in just by himself shooting with what looks like a Lumix G7 is like the camera he kind of shows. He's good. Like his filmmaking chops are there, and the way he's able to compose his stuff and just use simple like digital push-ins and pullouts to build his scene are awesome. Like it's I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, this is like not fun to listen to, but it's great. I'm literally gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I feel like the tone I've been talking about has been reflecting that, but no, it's really new. It is really different, and it is really smart, and dare I say, it's ahead of its time. I think people are gonna copy the shit out of this in the future, and I think this is totally a new genre and way of doing things. In I think on every level, like even just the songs. By the way, the songs are really fun. The jokes, well, I don't laugh at them because I'm scared of them, are really clever and like funny, even though I didn't laugh. And it's new, and it does what it's trying to do better than anything else, because it's the only thing that's doing what it's trying to do. And that is why it is a 10 out of 10. If you watched all of this, you are a hero. If you're one of the 6 people that watch these videos, because they always have like 6 views, whatever, I love doing this. But yeah, it's awesome. Bo Burnham, Inside. Go watch it if you are okay with definitely feeling like garbage. That's the thing. If you're like a mentally unstable person, I'm not going to fully recommend you watch this, just because, and I hate giving those discretions, but like it's dark and it's scary, and there are parts that get spooky. Bye-bye.